G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, I haven't been out for a little while. We've had bloody atrocious weather here in South Australia. We've had all that weather coming across from Western Australia. Really heavy rain and strong winds. We didn't get it in our area like we were forecast because, I don't know why we didn't, but I'm quite glad we didn't get all that wind because our house is surrounded by big trees. So anyway, out and about on the old V-Strom. The sun's out, the missus has gone shopping. No, she hasn't, she's gone looking after the grandkids. Which, speaking of the grandkids, I said last time I did a autism awareness little video on the bike that I'm trying to get this autism awareness thing going on the bike, and I'm struggling a little bit, but I can do something by just getting out and talking about things that I'm learning about autism. And just of late, our little Miss A, our little 3-year-old granddaughter who's badly autistic, severely autistic, has been having a really good run. I've noticed a bit of a difference in her lately. She seems to be in a good place at the minute, but they all have, it can go from one extreme to the other really quickly. I have learned one thing just recently, that autism is all about senses. It's very sensory. Their response to things, autistic kids, severely autistic kids, and I can only go by that because of the way our little granddaughter is. And sorry about the wind noise, it still is pretty windy today. But yeah, it's very sensory driven, everything they do. People say to me, oh, how come she doesn't eat this, or how come she won't wear this? And I've asked my daughter and my wife these questions, and yeah, apparently it's all very sensory driven. Just lately I've been really noticing it, how the sensory part of it is so important. There's, like I said, there's certain clothes that you'll put on little Miss A and she won't wear them, or like the food she eats. You can tell by the way when she touches her food that because she can't tell you that she doesn't like something, she shows you that she doesn't like something by pushing it away or throwing it or whatever. And it must be so hard as a parent to base your whole family life, especially when you get other small kids that eat most things, around this one child that's won't eat certain foods or won't wear certain clothes. The sensory part of it, and I was guilty of something really bad when little Miss A was very young. And you love them to bits, as you do with your grandchildren and your children, but you try to show, I think I tried to show her too much that, Grandpa loves her, and I'm a big noisy, bloody loud bugger, and try and say, come to Pa and give me a hug, and as you do with your grandkids, as most jolly old granddads do. But my wife reminded me, shh, all the time, because I was being too bloody loud, and I wondered why she responded badly to it. I've noticed just lately that if I just sit with her, the other day she was in a lounge and she's watching television, watching her favourite show, I think it's The Wiggles or something, and she just lay down on the floor just in front of me. So I got down with her with me dicky knees and my dicky hips, and I got down on the floor with her rather than come here and give Grandpa a hug. I got down on the floor with her in front of me, and I just laid there on the floor next to her watching The Wiggles with her. And after a couple of minutes, I didn't give her a hug or anything, I just laid there with her watching the thing, and She smiled when I first laid down next to her, and then she started watching. And after a couple of minutes, she just reached out and grabbed my hand. And if you're just even a granddad to a child who hasn't got autism, that's a pretty special moment. But when you have a little autistic family member who reaches out, and you've got to remember that this is a child that sometimes you swear you weren't even there. They don't even respond to you being there. There's no eye contact, there's not even a side glance. And when you get a little autistic girl like this, she just reached out while I was sitting there watching the telly with her, and she just reached out and grabbed my hand, smiled, and pulled my hand in next to her. And like my missus tells me, when that happens, you don't move. You want the world to stop and just soak it up. And that's how I've learned about the sensory thing. I get, such a brilliant response when I'm just calm and quiet. And then when she comes to me, it's the most bloody fantastic feeling on earth. So, yeah, when you see kids through family or friends or whatever, and they're not eating a certain thing, or they're not wearing a certain thing, and people probably think, well, bloody fussy kid, won't eat this and won't eat that. It's not that they're just a fussy kid. Their whole sensory perception of what they're going to eat and what they're going to wear is so much different than you and me. And as I said before, they can't tell you. When you've got a non-verbal autistic child, the frustration side of it, it's why they have these meltdowns. When they can't communicate. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Can you imagine what it must be like to not be able to communicate, to not be able to get the words out and describe how you feel about certain things? You gotta also remind people in your family, if they've got autistic kids, or friends that have got autistic kids, especially if they're non-verbal, that they're not on their own, and that you understand. And I think it means a hell of a lot to the parents of autistic kids when people understand. I see it with my daughter all the time. When I learn something new, and Grandpa thinks he's all very clever because he's learned about something about autism that he didn't know before. It's really opened my eyes to a lot of things about autism that I didn't know. Like I said, like the sensory thing. Because I probably saw kids years ago that wouldn't eat certain things and wouldn't wear certain things, and I probably thought the same thing, that, bloody fussy kids. You wear what's put out in front of you, or you eat what's put out in front of you. No. That's not how it works with autistic kids. There's still so much I've got to learn, but yeah, I haven't done a lot lately, which I feel pretty bad about. So, every time I sort of learn something, or like I've realised just recently about the sensory side of it, I'll do a little video until I can work out whether I can do a group ride for autistic kids or sponsor an autistic child or something. But to all my subscribers and friends on YouTube, thanks for getting this far. If you've gotten this far, these little videos I don't do to promote my channel or anything like that. I do it for little Miss A. So I can feel like I'm doing my little bit for that little girl who suffers so badly in this horrible, bloody, shitty old world. So, yeah, thanks for following this far, guys, and I'll just call this the Autism Aware Rider videos, and I don't put a thanks for watching or anything at the end of them. I just put the video out there because I want people to be aware of what goes on with autism. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching this far, and I'm going to go for a ride now because I've been locked in the bloody house for a few days in all this shitty weather, and it's time to get out, so I might go for a ride up to Point Sturt and see what's going on up there. Alright guys, I'll talk to you soon.